Let's say you have everything you need to start your YouTube channel. Then where to start? What are you gonna do? First, let's decide on the content. What kind of content you want to share on your YouTube channel? And remember, we need to find our why. Why do you have this channel? What purpose do you serve? What message do you want to give? And if you cannot decide really, just write a script first. If you're going to do tutorials, for example, what kind of tutorials you want to start with? Are you going to serve to beginner level or advanced level? Are you going to start from basic tutorials to complex ones? Or maybe you can choose to do only basic tutorials, or you can do all of them very advanced level. Some of them talk about supplies. As I said, you might start comparing supplies and which art supplies is the best. You know, this is all up to you. If you're gonna do some kind of vlogging, you're gonna paint and talk at the same time, write down some scripts, guys, like what you want to talk about, what you want to show as bullet points. First, I'm gonna do this. Second, I'm gonna say this. Third, I'm gonna do this. Trust me, after 2.5 years, I still write scripts. Yeah. Before you start filming, make sure that your camera is filming the way you want it to be. Check the lighting. So just have a test drive. So go and just maybe record for 20 seconds and then go back to your computer and see how it looks on the screen, because you will see it much better in a bigger screen. Maybe you don't like the light, maybe you don't like the background. You can just fix it right away, right there and then, before you start filming. Then check if the mic is working, because sometimes microphones don't work. I remember I was recording a documentary series and I filmed for an hour. I realized this was not completely pushed in, and that's why it didn't record anything, that I just talked, and it was very, very frustrating. Make sure that your mic is recording, your camera is recording in the way that you want it to be, your lights are in the perfect places where it needs to be, your shadow is not overcasting in your drawing, or your head is not closing what you're painting or drawing, or your hair. You know, these are the important details that you don't think when you start, but seriously, it affects the quality of your video and your video filming experience. And another thing, if you're wearing lipstick like me, make sure your teeth doesn't have lipstick, or if you just ate, make sure your teeth looking great without food in between. You know, when you're videotaping, you just kind of forget about these things, but they matter. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because you will make mistakes. It's okay, you can edit them out. As a suggestion, talk to the camera as if you're talking to a very good friend of yours. When a real person is watching you when you're talking, I know, it makes you nervous. Camera is not a living person. They cannot judge you. And you can always edit out the places that you don't like in the recording. So be relaxed, be yourself, and allow yourself to make mistakes. And another advice that I can give you is don't change your setup before you try your recording on your computer first. Because one time I stopped recording, I was like, oh yay, I finished. And I cleaned everywhere. Like, this is not my original room setup, you know, I obviously changed decorations and everything. So I put everything back to where they belong. And when I put my SD drive on my computer and start watching the video, it was all blurry. Oh my goodness, I should go back, put everything back to where they were, and then film again. So if you don't want to live this like me, make sure that what you just recorded is the way that you want it to be. And then you can come back to the room and change the decorations however you want. With editing, guys, I know it's going to look intimidating in the beginning. Learning is gonna take time. There's a learning curve for sure. But once you get the groove, I think you're just going to get quicker and better, and everything will make more sense. Of course, even you will start to add more effects, and you know, things will fly from here and the lights will come from there, you know, You're gonna enjoy this editing software every day. Again, I'm using Wondershare Filmora, and if you want to use what I'm using, the link is down below. Once you edit your video, the next step is to upload it to YouTube. Well, it's straightforward. When you go to YouTube Creator Studio and upload your video, then you have to create a title and thumbnail as well. As far as the thumbnail and the titles are concerned, you need to be really careful because these are the two really important parts of your video. I know the content is important, but if your thumbnail and your title is not interesting or catchy, then nobody will click and nobody will see this wonderful video of yours. Thinking about a catchy title is difficult. It took me a while and I'm still struggling with it because I want to tell the person what the video is about, but saying it in an interesting way is sometimes difficult. I want to always say how to. For example, for this video, I want to say how to film YouTube videos or how to film and upload videos on YouTube. But I know that nobody will click on that. So I hope I found a different title for this video, guys. I really don't know right now because I think about the titles after I film them. So we will see how successful I was. And thumbnails. Think about the suggested videos on the right column when you're watching a YouTube video. You're in competition with all these beautiful looking, very eye-catching thumbnails. You need to be in the competition and maybe choose nice colors, vivid colors, or interesting looking like photos and maybe big puntos. I don't know. Whatever you choose to do, you need to stand out. Again, don't be afraid of making mistakes because I made these mistakes and wonderful videos of mine went into waste because of this title and thumbnail mistakes, but it's okay. I learned from it and I can always go back and change the titles and thumbnails of my previous videos. So I did that and now I'm seeing the effect of it. It's gonna take time, but it's going to happen. Don't worry, your very first video will not be perfect, but it will be good enough. And once you upload it and then you publish your very first video, trust me, you accomplish already what 50% couldn't. I believe in you. You can do this. I had talked about my journey to 1,000 subscribers. If you want to listen how I did that, it's right here. We have 2 more days left in the challenge. I will see you in the next video.